Now we've just gotten our hands on this brand new 2023 Isuzu MU-X LS-T. This is the top of the line model. We have it for about 6 months, so we'll be testing it in all different situations, towing vans of different weights and sizes. After all, this vehicle can tow up to 3.5 tonne. Now we've only had this vehicle for a week or two, so we're very much still developing some opinions and coming to grips with it, both from a daily driver perspective and as a tow vehicle. But why don't we climb aboard so I can tell you more about it. Now, some of the key changes beyond just the body shape is this whole new interior. I mean, it's light years ahead of what you'll find in the first generation MU-X. The interior, of course, also has all the bells and whistles, including a 9-inch infotainment system. And I've come to quite appreciate just how intuitive this system is. Without listing everything, basically all the features and comforts that you would expect in a top-end four-wheel drive such as the MU-X LS-T are accounted for. It's available with a 4x2 or 4x4 drivetrain with 2 high, 4 high and 4 low. 4x4 models here also get a rear diff lock and rough terrain mode. Now, when Isuzu relaunched the D-Max and the MU-X just a few years ago, they gave these vehicles a comprehensive safety system known as the Intelligent Driver Assistance System. And in this model, you've also got 8 airbags. So from a safety point of view, I'd say the MU-X LS-T is right up there. Another key feature is the engine. When it relaunched the MU-X just a couple of years ago, they finally gave it an overhaul. There was nothing wrong with the engine in the first generation MU-X, but here we do get a little extra power and a little extra torque. In the first generation MU-X, you had 130 kilowatts of power and 430 newton meters of torque. Whereas in this vehicle, we've got 140 kilowatts of power and 450 newton meters of torque. I'm still yet to decide, to be honest, if you notice the extra power in daily driving, but I feel like I do notice that extra power, the extra torque in particular, when I'm towing a caravan, especially from takeoff. And there's no issues with the 6-speed auto worth reporting. It's nice and smooth and does the job. Now, when it comes to towing caravans, there are a few points. Isuzu didn't warrant the first generation MU-X for the use of waste distribution hitches. However, that's been rectified in the second generation model, so that is a fantastic thing for caravanners. Now, apparently Isuzu received a lot of customer feedback about the blind spot monitoring and the rear cross traffic alert when a trailer was hitched up, and to be honest, yeah, it was a tad annoying, but you could toggle them on and off. For the 2023 model, Isuzu has simplified things. So they've made it that when a trailer is detected via the genuine trailer plug, it will automatically switch off both the rear cross traffic alert and the blind spot monitoring, and I reckon that is a good thing. Now, I've always thought that the MU-X was one of the most stable towing platforms in its class, even going back to around 2013 when this model was first launched in Australia. And so far, I have not been disappointed, both with the first generation model, which I use frequently, and so far with this second generation model, no issues to report with the towing. I do continue to think that the MU-X is a sure-footed tow vehicle and well worth considering if you're in the market for a new vehicle to tow your caravan, remembering that this new model can tow up to 3.5 tonnes, so 500 kilos more than the first generation model. And on the tow bar, you can have 350 kilos, so a 50 kilo improvement over the original MU-X. Since launching in Australia in mid-2021, it's fair to say that the second generation MU-X has established itself as a real podium contender in the SUV large sub 70k segment. And it's the top choice in the ute-based SUV sub-segment. Now, that's a title that the MU-X has held for 8 consecutive years. Now, the vehicle that I'm sitting in at the moment, it does have a few options on it. Now, these include obviously the tow bar kit, we've got the clear view compact mirrors, premium paint, among a few other things. The Isuzu MU-X LS-T. Look, over the coming months, we'll have much more to say about it. We'll put it through its paces, towing all manner of caravans of different shapes, different sizes, and of course, different weights. We'll do some fuel testing, and no doubt we'll have a lot of other general opinions about this vehicle that we can share with you. And it really is clear to me why the Isuzu MU-X has become a real favourite of caravanners all around Australia. I mean, it really is a solid towing platform.